Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. I'm so thrilled you're here. Yesterday we dove into the best foods to build muscle after 60. Things like eggs, Greek yogurt, and canned salmon that give your body the fuel it needs to stay strong. I hope you've been adding some of those to your meals, maybe starting your day with a couple of eggs or snacking on a handful of almonds. If you have, let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear how it's going for you. Today, we're tackling something just as important, and I'm really excited for this one. We're talking about how to stay motivated to keep up your healthy habits after 60. Over the past few episodes, we've covered so much. Exercises like chair squats, foods to avoid, foods to eat. But here's the thing. Starting is one thing. Sticking with it is another. I remember talking to my dad, he's 71, after he started those 5-minute exercises from episode 5. At first he was all in, but a few weeks later he said, "I keep skipping days. I just don't feel like doing it sometimes." That's so common, especially as we age, when energy levels can dip or life gets in the way. But staying motivated doesn't have to be hard. In this episode, I'm sharing 5 simple ways to keep your healthy habits going strong, whether it's your daily walk, eating more protein, or doing those knee lifts we talked about. These tips are easy, practical, and designed to fit into your life so you can keep feeling stronger every day. Whether you're just starting out or you've been at it for a while, these will help you stay on track. Let's get started. First tip's up, and it's all about starting your day with a win. Let's start with tip number 1. Start your day with a small win. One of the best ways to stay motivated is to set yourself up for success right from the moment you wake up. Pick one tiny healthy habit, like drinking a glass of water, doing a quick stretch, or eating a protein-packed breakfast, and make it the first thing you do. That little win gives you a burst of confidence and sets a positive tone for the rest of your day. I saw this work wonders for my neighbor Susan. She's 66. She used to feel overwhelmed by all the health advice out there. So I suggested she start her day with just one thing: 2 minutes of stretching while her coffee brewed. She'd roll her shoulders, stretch her arms overhead, and take a few deep breaths. After a few weeks, she told me, "I feel like I've already done something good for myself. It makes me want to keep going." That small win got her motivated to add more habits, like a short walk later in the day. You can do this too. Maybe it's eating a boiled egg for breakfast, or doing 5 chair squats before you sit down with your morning paper. The key is to keep it simple and doable, so you feel accomplished right away. It's like giving yourself a little pat on the back to start the day. Try it tomorrow morning and see how it feels. You might be surprised at how much it helps. Next up, tip number 2. It's all about finding your why. Here's tip number 2. Find your why and keep it in sight. Motivation isn't just about willpower. It's about having a clear reason that keeps you going, even on tough days. Your why is the deeper purpose behind your healthy habits. Maybe you want to keep up with your grandkids at the park, or maybe you want to stay independent so you can live in your own home as long as possible. Let me ask you this. What's your why? Take a moment. Can you picture it? Is it dancing at your granddaughter's wedding? Or maybe just being able to climb the stairs without huffing? Whatever it is, write it down on a sticky note and put it somewhere you'll see every day, like on your fridge, your bathroom mirror, or even the cover of your journal. Seeing that reminder keeps your goal front and center. So when you're tempted to skip your walk or reach for a soda instead of water, you'll remember why you started. For me, my why is being able to garden with my mom. She's 74, and I want to be right there with her, pulling weeds and planting flowers without getting tired. That image keeps me motivated to eat my protein and do my exercises. Once you've got your why, let it guide you. It's like a little compass for your health journey. You're doing great. Tip number 3 is next, and it's a fun way to keep things fresh. Moving on to tip number 3, mix it up to keep it fun. One of the biggest reasons we lose motivation is boredom. Doing the same thing every day can start to feel like a chore. But here's a little secret. Variety is the spice of a healthy life. Switching up your habits keeps things exciting and helps you stay engaged. Here's an interesting fact. A study I read about found that people who varied their exercise routines, like trying a new walk route or adding a different stretch, were more likely to stick with them long term because it kept their brains curious and their bodies challenged. You can do this with your habits too. If you always walk the same loop around your block, try a new path. Maybe there's a park nearby with a pretty view. Or if you've been eating eggs every morning, switch it up with some Greek yogurt and berries one day, like we talked about yesterday. You can even mix up your exercises. Maybe do those standing knee lifts one day and the seated arm circles the next. The goal is to keep it fresh, so you're looking forward to your healthy habits instead of dreading them. It's like adding a little adventure to your day. Maybe you'll discover a new favorite recipe or a scenic spot that makes your walk even better. Mixing things up doesn't have to be complicated. Just a small change can make a big difference in keeping you motivated. Tip number 4 is coming up. It's all about who you're sharing this journey with. Here's tip number 4. Find a buddy to share the journey. Having someone to cheer you on, or even join you in your healthy habits, can make all the difference in staying motivated. It's not just about accountability. It's about the joy of doing it together. My Uncle Tom, he's 69, started walking with his neighbor every morning after I suggested it. At first, he wasn't sure. He liked his solo routine, but after a few walks, he was hooked. We laugh, we chat, and the time flies, he told me, grinning ear to ear. Having that buddy made his walk something to look forward to, and they even started sharing healthy recipes like a lentil soup they both loved. You can find a buddy too. Maybe it's a friend, a family member, or even a neighbor who'd love to join you for a 10-minute walk around the block. Or if you prefer, you can connect with someone online. Join a senior health group on social media and share your progress there. You could even team up with your spouse. Maybe you both try those 5-minute exercises from episode 5 together, cheering each other on. Having a buddy gives you someone to celebrate your wins with. And on those days when you're feeling low, they can give you that little nudge to keep going. It's all about making health a shared adventure. We're almost there. Last tip's up, and it's a powerful one to keep you going strong. All right, here's our final tip, number 5. Celebrate every little victory. One of the best ways to stay motivated is to notice and cheer for your progress, no matter how small it seems. Did you walk an extra block today? That's a win. Did you eat a protein-packed breakfast instead of skipping it? That's a win too. Imagine this. You're sitting at your kitchen table, looking back on your week, and you realize you did those chair squats 3 days in a row. Or you added some canned salmon to your lunch, like we talked about yesterday. How good does that feel? Maybe you give yourself a little smile, or you tell a friend, "I'm really proud of myself. I stuck with it." Celebrating those moments keeps your motivation high because it reminds you that you're making progress even if it's one step at a time. You can make it fun. Treat yourself to something small, like a new book, a relaxing bath, or even just an extra episode of your favorite show as a reward for sticking to your habits. The key is to acknowledge your efforts and give yourself credit. You're working hard, and that deserves a cheer. By celebrating every little victory, you're building a positive cycle. The more you celebrate, the more motivated you feel to keep going. You've made it through all 5 tips. Way to go. Wow, we've covered so much today, haven't we? I hope you're feeling inspired to keep up your healthy habits. Let's recap those 5 simple ways to stay motivated for senior health after 60. First, start your day with a small win, like a quick stretch or a protein-packed breakfast, to set a positive tone. Then, find your why and keep it in sight, so you always remember the reason you're doing this. Third, mix it up to keep it fun. Try a new walk route or recipe to stay excited. Fourth, find a buddy to share the journey, because having someone to cheer you on makes it so much more enjoyable. And finally, celebrate every little victory. Every step, every healthy meal is worth cheering for. These tips aren't just about willpower. They're about making health a natural, joyful part of your life. I'm so proud of you for sticking with me through this. If you start using even one of these tips, maybe writing down your why tonight or calling a friend to walk with you tomorrow, you'll find it so much easier to keep going with those exercises and foods we've talked about. I'd love to hear from you. Comment below and tell me which tip you're most excited to try, or share a little victory you've had this week. In our next episode, we're diving into something I know you'll find helpful: how to improve your balance after 60 with 5 easy at-home tricks. Better balance means fewer stumbles and more confidence, whether you're walking in the park or just moving around the house. You won't want to miss it. It's all about keeping you steady and strong. Until then, keep using these tips to stay motivated, and give yourself a big pat on the back for every healthy choice you make. You're doing incredible, and I'm so honored to be on this journey with you. Thanks for joining me today. I'll see you in the next one.